Okay, I guess we're doing this manually. We're live visually and auditorially now. What's going on, everybody? It's Lesser Rings night. We're back in for more Lesser Rings, and I don't know why my stream deck wouldn't change scenes, so we got some audio that came through, but no cameras right away. But we're here now, and we're ready to go. Kevin, it's all yours, bud. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started. I think we are just waiting for Charlie to pull up into his motel while he is traveling to see family. But he should be on in the next 10 minutes or so. So, not much to get covered in that time. No important bits and pieces, I guess. Um, does anybody would like to do a recap of last session? You can do it all as a group if you wish, or I can do it.
I'm good if someone else does it.
I guess it's all you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I could take a stab at it.
Go for it.
Tell us what Maracar saw and what it meant to him.
Yes.
So Maracar. Well, see, towards the end of the session, what happened was so we were in town, and Timothy is who we talked to. Someone named Timothy said that he had seen a ghost in the graveyard while he was looking for a map or something from his dead grandpa. And we were in the tavern. We wanted to get out of there because everyone was just so overwhelmed at the amount of people in there. Maracar understands completely. So we go through the tavern, we get out, and we go to find this ghost. We don't think it's a ghost, but it might be a ghost. Sorry, I'm parched. As we arrive at the graveyard, we discover that it is not a ghost. It's in fact a stony troll. So we chase down the stony troll and proceed to get our asses kicked.
He was just a stone's throw away, by the way.
Yeah,
Shut
up. We proceeded to get our asses kicked, and we had to retreat. In that, someone must have upset Mr. Timothy, and Timothy and Aurelion have some history together, from what I understand. And now we're back in town after Aurelion got stuck outside, and she was getting bullied by the guards, or he was getting bullied by the guards. That's what happened. That is synopsis by Maracar.
If I can interject, his name was Tom, and he is Timaeus's nephew.
Oh, Timothy and Timaeus. Gotcha.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, very much so, as it was reported and remembered by Maracar. Maybe Maracar did take a boulder off the head at some point, so maybe that.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, they made their way to the graveyard, which is just outside of town, a couple of minutes or so across the main road, the east-west road. There they investigated the graves and found that a few of these had been dug up recently, and Timaeus's body had also been dug up very recently. There they tracked a trail heading off into the wilderness. It was late at night. Tom was indeed following with the group because he was after something that was on his uncle's body, it seemed.
Uncle.
However, due to Maracar's loud declaration to the troll, He probably tipped the troll off that he may have had people on his trail. That allowed the troll to sort of set an ambush for the group, with Rook doing some stealthy investigating of a suspicious noise of a landslide. It was there that triggered a small encounter with this troll, who knocked boulders down the ledge onto the group, before then hurling a boulder at Rook himself. After the group climbed up to Rook's position, he then proceeded to hurl a boulder at Aurelion before taking off into the night with the group, probably wisely, thinking best about pursuing with 2 injured members of the party, as well as a Tom severely wounded, maybe severely wounded. If you listen to Tom, he was severely wounded. If you listen to Aurelion, then maybe not so much.
Beat up.
And you returned back to Bree, where Aurelion had some trouble with the gatekeeper. Harry, his name was Harry Mugwort, I think it was. We ended the session with the group returning in the early hours to the Prancing Pony, where they began to get some rest for the night. So you all will have a long rest, so you can all recover your hit points and hit dice that have been spent. Anything that returns on a long rest, you can all gain back also.
Did this cost anything for us to do, or did we
A
already
long
pay for
rest.
it? Yeah. Did we already pay for the room?
I think there was some
Maracar
coin
did.
exchanged last time.
Yeah, Maracar paid for the rooms.
I'll let him do that.
That's what he said last time too.
Maracar, probably the poorest of the travelers. Perhaps maybe Damrod as well, but
Not the 2 elves that are looking all pretty.
yeah.
Oh well, we wouldn't expect elves to shove out the coin.
As you shouldn't.
What is coin to elves?
Yeah,
They're the things that you bathe in, right?
yeah. Like Scrooge McDuck,
I was thinking exactly that. Yes.
Scrooge McElf.
Scrooge would be an elf, though. He'd be a high elf.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, definitely.
Or a dwarf.
I could see that too.
You, after your party members have all had enough sufficient rest in your rooms, I believe you had 2 rooms between the 4 of you. You, I want to say awaken, but we know the elves don't really sleep. What would Aurelion have done? Would you have waited in the room for your human companions to awaken, or would you have maybe come out and explored a little bit after you've had your, I imagine, 4 hours of rest?
He's really not used to hearing like the sounds of people sleeping. Like I imagine as soon as one of them starts snoring, he's just like, I'm out. And he would try to go somewhere private because he knows that they probably saw him coming in looking all beat up and talking about how he needs sleep. And so he doesn't want to come out after just 4 hours and been like, oh, what a good rest I had. So he will just like find somewhere very private. And he tries to read, but eventually like the like upset from Rook getting hurt and him almost getting knocked out will just come to him, and he just needs a minute to calm down.
Would you have requested that bath that you was hoping for?
Absolutely. He's been traveling for what, 2 days? That's way too long for not having a bath.
So you speak to Barleyman after coming out of your room after like 4 hours or so.
After your alarm rings.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's 5 o'clock, guys, where I am. In case you're wondering.
And it's Nob that you see, the Hobbit boy that acts as Barleyman's tavern helper almost. And he's yawning. He's got one of those flappy hats on. He's carrying a lantern around with him. No, he's probably carrying one of those almost cups with a little candle on, and he's like carrying it around very sleepily, rubbing his eyes. Oh, I thought you was going to be resting, but is there anything that I can help with?
Sleep's evading me. Could you perhaps draw me a warm bath? Or direct me to the bathroom?
He's kind of half open his eye. Yeah, yeah, this way. And he leads you down to where the bath, the room with all the baths are. It's just about still dark, but you having a pretty decent sense of time, I imagine. You know, it's probably not going to be long before the sun begins to rise. He goes, yes, I can prepare some water for you. 1 second, or maybe longer than that. And he goes like waddling off, running off, to go and begin heating water. Obviously, it's something that takes a while to do. Anything that Aurelion would be doing?
He just wait patiently. If he has his if he has his pack with him, he might just like go over his medical supplies and see what he has on him still.
Yeah.
And what he might need to restock on when he goes into town.
Yeah. You can have on you and have with you whatever you wish. You've got plenty of time to go back to your room while he fills the bathtub up.
Yeah, I imagine he'd go back. I imagine he'd go back to his room, take a quick tally, and then head back down, hoping that's plenty of time to get the water drawn.
Yeah. Again, it takes a while, but eventually you see that the bathtub is probably half full at the moment. He goes, is that sufficient enough? Might take me a little bit longer to do the rest.
If you wouldn't mind, I got the road really left its mark on me, and I feel like I need just a little bit more.
Yeah, of course, of course. Of course. And he goes despondently off to continue filling up the bathtub as much as possible for you. Takes a little bit while longer. By this time, you maybe do start to hear a few signs of life outside of the inn itself. You probably hear a cockerel announce the dawn, or several cockerels announce the dawn, and maybe some voices traveling up and down the road slightly. You hear the sound of Barleyman, the tavern keeper, walking around. Oh, Nob, what are you doing up so early, boy? Oh, yeah. One of our guests requested a bath. Oh, and yeah, well, very well, Nob, well done. You can go off. Go on, I'll sort these out. And instead of Nob coming in, it's Barleyman that continues filling up your bath. Oh, and how are you, sir? You had a rather late night, I see.
Doing about as well as one could hope. I couldn't quite get to sleep when I came in, so I thought maybe a nice relaxing bath would make it a little bit easier. At the very least, it would wake me up a little bit so I could be ready for the day.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, it's almost done. I'll get one more for you. And he disappears and draws up one more bucket of hot water to place in the bath. And your bath is ready.
Much appreciated, Barleyman. These doors lock, correct?
He looks around. No, not as such. No.
Oh, no, that's no problem, I suppose. Thank you very much, and I will give him a silver piece for helping me out.
Oh, much obliged. Well,
And
enjoy. We'll be getting breakfast on the go very shortly for you when you emerge.
I would love that very much. Thank you. And as soon as he's out, I'm gonna try to find some way to like board up the door, so no one can get in. For no other reason because then I don't want people to see my ears because I can't wear my hood while I'm in the bath.
Yeah, I was wondering. Give me an investigation check, I guess. I mean, there are some more bathtubs in here. They may be the best thing to try and move in the way.
Can I move a whole bathtub?
I mean, it's
with your little elf arms.
with my 6 strength.
Well, let's see. Give me a strength check.
Okay. Just like a strength save.
No, yeah, just roll strength. Just click on your strength button.
Oh, I can.
You actually break your arm.
I don't want to re-roll it because that's really funny.
A -1 on a crit fail is really funny. Maybe you're just so exhausted from the road, from the pelting from the rocks and stones, the late night, everything.
You got 2 stones
you sort
last
of go
night.
to try and push it, and I imagine you're like, you just sort of slump over the bath.
Okay, that's fine. If anyone comes in, I'll just I've got a lot of hair. I can cover up my ears. Or I don't have very much hair anymore. I'll just slip under the water.
There's maybe a way to draw the curtain a certain way potentially.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be able to draw the curtain a certain amount, but
yeah, but these nosy hobbits, like who knows? They might poke around. I'll still do that.
Yeah. Okay. And you can settle into the bath, submerging most of your body in the hot cleansing water. Give me a D4.
Okay.
2. You're relaxing in the bath, and you hear someone knock on the door, and then open the door. Oh, are you quite okay in here now?
Perfectly fine, thank you. And I'm just kind of sliding down.
Yeah, he does poke his head around the curtain while you're, and he's sort of trying to see your face over the edge of the bathtub. It's quite like high for him still.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very well. Enjoy. Breakfast will be ready shortly.
You're Knob, right?
Oh yeah, yes.
I'd given Barleyman a piece of silver. I had meant for it to go to you. If you ask him, I'm sure he'd give it to you.
Sure.
Oh, I will do that. Yes.
Just as
Oh.
thanks for drawing the bath so early.
Oh, no problem. Very well. Thank you. Thank you. He doesn't know what to do with himself, and he'll like waddle out the room again. That's as eventful as your bath time gets, thankfully. And you can soak peacefully for the maybe 4 hours, I guess.
I come out as a raisin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do elves get wrinkly? I don't know.
I'd say probably
Do
not.
they
They're too perfect.
Do they osmosis? Oh, Charlie, you're here. Charlie, help us out. Do elves get wrinkly in the bath?
Considering the fact they don't really need to take one, I'm going to say no.
all the dirt and scum just
Where in
magically
any
gets
elven
off
lore,
of them.
where in any elven lore have you ever seen an elf taking a bath? Or heard of it? That does not include falling into water or going into water to get some. I'm talking about taking a bath.
But how many like kings and stuff do you see taking baths as well? So
well, you know what? I'm pretty sure all the kings were nasty. So
listen, how many stories do you hear where it's just like, and then he took a bath?
Never.
So therefore, no one bathes.
Yeah. I mean, do elves sweat? A question explored 1 week, and then do elves wrinkle up in the bath? Another question asked. We are exploring elven culture, like
we are. We're asking the hard
well
hitting
here.
questions.
Key questions to be asked in any world building, yes. To be done for everyone else's setting.
I moved so much damn furniture in here to get this TV that was way over there right here to HDMI this shit. I moved the dresser, the desk, the TV, the bench. I'm like, move everything.
You got here pretty quick too.
Yeah.
That's commitment.
Like she was taking forever at the front counter. I'm like, can I please get my room key?
You don't understand. I've got D&D.
You don't understand.
It's like, no, I don't understand.
Not at all.
I need to go talk about elven hygiene.
Yeah,
for 4 hours.
Really important debate.
My pointy ears are twitching. Someone's talking about elven world building. Damrod and Maracar,
Yes,
the two of you were sharing a room. How long would it take for you to rise after your rest and whatnot?
I would say that Maracar more than likely, I don't think he still gets great sleep after that first kind of ambush. That being said, he's a farm boy, so like he's up at the crack ass of dawn anyway.
Yeah.
So his whole idea is like it doesn't matter necessarily when you go to bed, as long as you get up at the same time every day. That keeps you productive and healthy. Is kind of his idea there.
Well, that's a crock. Never mind.
Okay, so you probably have had maybe 6 hours sleep from your night excursion, I guess.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, simply because you've been on the road walking, and you finally get to a place where you can.
Oof.
Okay,
that's with a +5.
Yeah. What's going to happen is with that, you're not going to be exhausted, but the first check you make of every skill is going to be a disadvantage.
Fair enough. I'm okay with
that. So like your first athletics check, for instance, after that will be normal. Your first perception check, after that it will be normal, and so on. Just for until you get that better night's sleeping, I guess. Okay.
I like it.
What about Damrod?
I think Damrod probably gets up at like a decent time, but he stays asleep longer than normal. He already has a point of exhaustion, so I'm thinking
Oof.
he ends up sleeping a little bit longer than normal.
Yeah. Okay. No, that is fine. So,
He probably
Maracar,
hears Maracar like get out of bed and leave the room, and Maracar
Mhm.
gets maybe like a grumble from him or something, and he kind of rolls over and is back out
Oh,
for
and he
another
would
hour or two.
apologize profusely for that too.
I bet.
And Damrod does not hear the apology. He's already back asleep.
So Rook, after it was probably after like 4 hours or so of your rest. You did get a long rest, by the way, Charlie. So if you want to update all of Rook's health and hit dice, you can. You would have seen Aurelian head out, announcing that he wanted a bath, and he would have made his way to the bathroom, finding the Hobbit Knob, who has since drew up the bath with the aid of Barlim and Butterbear, and has rested maybe for the last 2 hours in the bath. What would have Rook done at that time?
Rook doesn't need a bath, so he
Yeah, I'm good.
probably would have just tried to catch some. Well, we already got the rest. You said he'd get his things ready, just being ready to go. Honestly, I'm waiting
Yeah.
for everything to open.
Yeah, you probably would have heard then the door next door to you open. You probably hear Maracar apologizing to Damrod for disturbing him, and then you probably hear the door to next door open, and probably some heavy-footed steps step out. Like Maracar probably still remembers the night before and how busy the common room was. So how does Maracar feel stepping out? Again, first light is just starting to come through the shuttered windows. You even get the chance to actually look at this glass. They said it was.
Yeah, so Maracar, he'd kind of be listening in that kind of main area to see if to get an idea on how busy it is. But he's also kind of psyching himself up, like, all right, it's just people. It's not a big deal. Even if there are a lot of people, we'll be fine. We're gonna get some breakfast, and then we'll be good. And then he walks around the corner and kind of listens in.
Yeah. Rook, you would hear again Maracar coming out of his room, maybe pause, and then a few more steps, and then another pause.
Yeah.
I'm opening the
What
door.
would you- Okay. Yeah. You see Maracar maybe trying to sort of creep, I guess. But yeah, you see him being very hesitant.
Maracar, what are you doing? Ah,
I
oh,
whisper.
hey, Rook. He goes, good morning. Did you have good sleep? Oh,
He narrows
did you have
his eyes. He
did
narrows
you
his
have
eyes.
good wake?
Sure. What are you doing?
I am gonna go get some breakfast. But I'm just just kind of waking up from the morning and try to nonchalantly just act like he wasn't kind of nervous about going to the main room.
I would actually be like, all right, well, I'm going to go with you and just step out, stand next to him.
Oh, that's great. That sounds awesome. So He'll
Um,
motion you to go in front of him.
I go.
as the two of you make your way back towards the common room, there certainly isn't the boisterous, overbearing sound that you would have heard the night before. And actually, getting to the common room, you see that even though there are people in here, it's very manageable for you, Maracar, and you're probably pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very happy. So he's kind of trying to remember the time of day it is, so he knows kind of when to be around and when not to around here.
Mm.
But yeah, he'd pull up a chair with Rook and order some food.
And you can definitely see that there are people, and as you walk in, there's a lot of what would have been described as foreigners from the south in
Mhm.
here. They seem to be the ones inhabiting the inn at this moment in time, and some of them look up and just sort of casually like look in your direction before carrying on, and then others sort of look up from their plates and maybe look at you a little bit longer, lean in and speak to each other, and then continue to linger their gazes just for a little bit longer before tucking into their food. But even then, they still seem to be paying attention to you going to get a table.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Maracar. I mean, he probably notices it, but he doesn't really pay too much mind to it. He pulls up the table and he looks for Knob.
You don't see Knob. But Barleyman is bustling in and out of the room. Handing out plates of food here and there.
Yeah.
You see there are some sausage on the go, bit of bacon,
Oh yeah.
some eggs, as well as some slices of bread as well to soak up all the grease and stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. He definitely call over Barleyman. Excuse me. Hello.
Oh, young master, how goes it?
Good morning. How are you today?
Oh, well, busy as usual. Busy as usual. What can I get for you?
Well, me and my friend Rook here would like something to eat, some breakfast. Got a long day ahead of us.
Oh, that's certainly. We have, and he starts listing off all the things. Some mushrooms and some tomatoes, and we may even have some potatoes left over.
I'll take sausage, bacon, and eggs.
Very good, very good. And yourself, Master Rook?
I lean over to him. Is that any good? Like, what'd you just order?
Oh yeah, it's the best. It's meat. Do your people your people eat meat?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh, good.
But
Sometimes we might have to
Barleyman
grill
sort
an
of-
orc or put a work bone over a fire, or and I say this in a joking tone.
Hey, he doesn't get it.
Barleyman's looking at you, Maracar, and you, Rook. Does his people eat meat? Like,
Oh yeah, he's from out of town.
and he thinks, but while his mind is trying to process everything, someone calls in, right, and he goes running off and to go and grab something for somebody else, and he's busying himself around. You see a young girl actually comes out of the kitchen to help also, and within a good time frame. Some sausages, some bacon, some eggs are all brought out for you,
Oh,
placed on the
wonderful.
table with a small
Marikar would
roll
ask.
of bread.
Yeah, Marikar would ask, how much do I owe you?
Oh well, we'll set up in shortly because more people are actually beginning to come in as well. Still not anywhere near the night before. Like that was packed to the
Yeah,
rafters
sure.
the night before, but the tables are almost pretty much full up now, and you can see he's getting very distracted. Barleyman is.
Gotcha. Well, you know where we'll be. Thank you for this.
Yeah. Aurelian, by this point, your bath has sufficiently cooled.
I'll go ahead and dry myself off and very quickly get dressed and come out to meet you guys. And I'm practically radiant with how clean I am compared to you all. Like my hair's combed, my nails are kept. It's lovely.
Whoa, look at you. You got a hot date today?
Certainly not. Have you already ordered breakfast?
Yes, for me and Rook. Well, Rook ordered his own breakfast, and I ordered my own breakfast. Yes, we ordered breakfast.
Oh, that's fine. I'll get some when he comes back.
You're probably like halfway through your breakfast by this point.
Oh yeah, he's like biting through a sausage link, and then he looks over to Aurelian and says, "Want a sausage while you wait?" And it's like half bitten off.
No, that looks greasy and disgusting.
Oh, this is real good, isn't it, Rook?
I'd look over to Aurelian, smile, and slide my plate towards him. How so? It's good.
I can wait, thank you. And he slides it back.
That's rude.
You're rude.
Maracar looks to Rook and say, "See, that's what I meant. I don't know if your people eat meat or not.
Well, I know.
Okay,
Aurelian.
And he will just lower his voice. We do not say your people here. That will attract attention.
I bet he's gonna say. I look at Aurelian and say, I bet he's about to apologize.
Yeah, he would say that makes a lot of sense because Bar Mitzvah over there was really confused on why I said that. But now that you say that, I see how I could have ruined everything you had going on for you here, and I deeply apologize.
Well, apology accepted, but please be more careful.
Yes,
Yes,
will do.
We are of a different people, but not everyone needs to know that.
Well, see, I covered it up real good. I'm like, I told him, I said, oh, they're from out of town, right? It was good.
I look to Rook like, how convincing was that?
Looks down, sniffs a little, is back eating his food. You said you didn't want any, so I have nothing to say.
The young girl would come up to your table, seeing a new visitor. Hello. Can I help you? Would you want some food as well?
Yes, I would love some. Could you get me some toast and some roasted mushrooms?
Oh, you want some mushrooms and toast?
I'll take some bacon, I suppose.
Oh, yes, of course. And she'll turn and like disappear out the back. Not long after, she'll return with a small butter plate as well, with a block of butter on there, a few slices of toast, and a small pile of mushrooms. They're also quite greasy, to be fair, and some bacon. That is also quite greasy.
Are there any napkins on the table?
No.
Maracar offers you his shirt that he's wearing. He's just like stretches it over. He goes, "Need to clean up?"
No need for that. May I please have just a napkin if you can manage that?
Looks confused at you. What a napkin is.
So does Maracar.
Don't even worry about it. Thank you so much. And he will give her also a silver piece. See, if you grease their palms, then they won't ask questions.
Why would you put grease in their palms? Who
But
does?
you don't like grease. You just said that.
How do you give the silver piece to the girl? Is it just like just openly, just there you go?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be like, there, get out of here. I'll just like just turn to her and just put it into her hand. Like, I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah,
you just throw it at her.
She turns
Go
and
fetch.
she turns and she quickly heads out the room into the back where we imagine the kitchen probably is. Yeah, and you can all finish eating your breakfasts or not eating your breakfasts. Damrod, by the time they finished eating, you will feel sufficiently rested and you can remove your point of exhaustion.
I think I think Damrod probably comes like stumbling down just in an unusual fashion about the time you guys finish your breakfast. And is there any left?
I will slide him my plate of bacon and mushrooms.
He'll just kind of like he'll tear into it. He just kind of just digs in.
Demrod, now, see, you are not rude. I slid my cousin over here my plate, and he didn't want it. So thank you for not being rude. And he glares at Aurelion.
Well, some people just don't eat meat and don't enjoy the beautiful flavor that it brings to us. And that is okay, Aurelion. We're here to support you.
I have nothing against meat. I have something against it when it's so coated in grease that you don't even need to chew it. It can just slide down your throat.
But that makes it easier to,
We're not birds.
It's okay.
We're not birds, Maracar.
What do well, I guess birds are meat.
Wait, didn't you
weird connection though?
Didn't you? Never mind. You said you had bacon on your plate that you slid to Damrod?
Yeah.
Is that not greasy?
I didn't eat it. That's what I'm saying. I ate the bread.
Okay.
I tried to eat some of the mushrooms, and then I'm just like, ugh. And so I just gave it to him.
These aren't from Trader Joe's.
Are these organic?
Gonna leave a negative review on Yelp.
Yeah, Damrod just like digs into the breakfast that's left and just lets them all talk. Just when Rook says what he says, just kind of gives him a nod with bacon, mushroom, and if there's any like crust of bread. Like I imagine Aurelion's the type of person that cut the crust off the bread, so he's just like eating the bread crust.
I mean, when you travel on the road, you humans, you need calories. So all the calories, and you don't know when your next big meal is going to come along as well. So
we have bread that it fills you up for 3 days as soon as you eat it.
Llamas bread.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds terrible. You don't eat for 3 days?
I don't remember if it's 3 days.
No, the bread is magical, right? It's got these components that will keep you full for a couple days.
Why would you ever do that to yourselves?
Imagine only eating bread and never sleeping.
My God.
Oh,
and we're bad off. Good Lord. You guys aren't enjoying your life.
Well, we certainly are.
eating's like half the fun of being alive. So is sleeping. Those are my two favorite things, really.
So is shooting things with arrows.
And reading. But you
Yeah,
wouldn't know
I'm not
that.
good at-
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
No, why would I need to read? What is a book ever going to teach me?
Literally
Very-
everything.
Darius's head and hands.
Listen, I've gone this far. I've gone 18 years without reading a book. I think I'm fine.
18 years.
Oh, he's such a baby.
If you don't read, you won't know which mushrooms in nature are poisonous or not, and then you'll die. And that's how quite a few of your kind die.
That's
Well,
so sad.
luckily, we know from seeing other people die not to touch the certain mushrooms, and that information's been passed down for generations.
Yes, just like in
Most
frogs
of them.
and butterflies.
Yeah, see, and they're still around.
They're around, but they're literally crawling on the ground in the mud.
And we have houses and livestock. So we're doing a lot better than those things.
We had houses, lifestyle.
Your houses don't sound very good, though.
What's wrong with them?
Well, you're so impressed by these mediocre houses, so they can't
Mediocre. I mean, realistically, when I look at this, I'm just fascinated that people have enough time in the day to like build a 2-story house and have all these things. Like, what else do people do over here? They don't like work or anything?
be. They work plenty. I will reach into my bag and I will just flip through a book about history. I will pull one over and just point to a picture of Rivendell and be like, "This is where I come from." And it's just like these beautiful houses, like on
Mhm.
the side of a mountain next to a waterfall.
Very elven.
Everything's glistening.
100%.
The page itself is actually like those Pokemon cards that are holographic.
It's holographic. Yes. Oh my gosh, thank you, Kevin.
He would be in awe, and he was like, "Wow, how long did it take you to do that?"
Quite some time.
Wow, well, I guess you have all the time in the world when you don't die. But I don't know.
We-
I've always liked our little houses. They're quaint. Fits the whole family.
We do die. Just not quite in the same way you die.
I don't understand.
Well, we don't age. But
Mhm.
if someone were to shoot us with an arrow or slit our throats, then or hit us with a very heavy boulder, then yes, we would die.
Mm-hmm. Boulders suck.
Oh,
So
wow.
last night I wasn't just acting when I was concerned for Rook.
So it doesn't. It. See, I just thought it hurt a lot.
Oh, it does.
It can be both.
Ah. Well, I guess you learn something new every day. And guess what? Didn't learn that in a book.
Oh.
He just buries his head in his hands. Like this useless dude.
So, the four of you are sitting around the table. Give me perception checks, everyone.
I got a 7.
I am not doing good tonight.
I mean, that much is
Hey.
secret.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm just
Not-
really enjoying this bacon, mushrooms, and bread
It's
crust.
really good bacon.
Um,
I can
Rook,
just
you wasn't involved in this conversation as much, and you can tell that that same group of outsiders are still sort of paying close attention to you and your group.
I would kind of lean over to the to Aurelion, like, do you see people staring at us here?
Can I kind of stealthily like try to look back?
Don't look, but I think someone's staring at us.
Well, I kind of want to do that thing where I just kind of glance out of my periphery instead of doing what Nathan just did.
That's Maracar looking when he hears he's doing it really fast, so it doesn't look like he's staring. He's just like,
yeah.
It's just it's just a twitch.
He's got Tourette's.
You would see that they, you know, they're not super obvious, but then they don't really care. You know, once they start seeing that, you know, you lot are paying a little bit of attention to them, they sort of throw their noses up a bit and continue to. They've probably finished eating their food by this point, and they're there just drinking. And they'll sort of lean over, maybe even look up in your direction again, and whisper to one or the other. Eventually, go on.
I do the exact same thing they're doing, but to Aurelion, I'm like looking at him, like whispering, like, "What do you think?"
Yeah. Eventually, they get up, all three of them, and they leave the room. As they do, the door to the common room comes open, the one from the outside, and two gentlemen come in. Aurelian, you note you see one of these is the gate keeper
Oh no.
from last night, Harry Mugwort, and with him is another gentleman, maybe a similar age, and they're talking and they're like just chatting to each other as they walk in, and they kind of stop and they look around the room, and the one that isn't Harry gives Harry a little nudge and like points a finger over to your table, and Harry kind of looks up. Oh, and they're sort of like nodding at each other, and they move over to the bar and they sit on some stools by the bar, and they're again, they're certainly like looking over at your table, and then looking back. They're also paying attention, but they're not trying to hide the fact that they're paying attention to you or
As
talking about you.
soon as he shows up, I am just gonna do this. Just try my best not to look.
I stare at him.
Brooke, stop it. Do you want him to give us more trouble when we come back?
Hey, Rook, who are we staring at? And he looks up.
Yeah, Maracar, you see the gatekeeper from the night before, the one that gave Aurelion so much hassle, continuing to sort of look over and talk to this new person that you've not seen yet.
Maracar would wave.
They sort of, and they go back to drinking.
I wave.
They don't seem too friendly.
I kick Rook from under the table.
What?
I said stop it.
I'm being friendly.
You're being obnoxious.
I'm being friendly. All right, fine.
I
just look down at my plate.
The door comes open again, and in walks that young warden fellow that was following you around when you arrived the day before. He walks in, and again he looks around the room. He's not carrying his big pointy stick. He must have left it outside. But he's wearing his kettle helmet, and which is sort of loose fitting on his head. And he's standing up as straight as he can, and he looks around, and he sees you, and he sees you waving, and he looked like he was about to walk over, but then something makes him hesitate, and he waits, and he straightens his belt a little bit, and he sort of paces over towards your table. I heard that you went out last night, at night and all that, with Tom. Mysterious things are you doing at all?
Yeah, we went out last night. We were hanging out with Tom over by the graveyard.
And people that didn't know this within the room, you hear the chairs sort of move as people
Ooh.
begin to sort of look in your direction a lot more.
Oh, great.
That's what we've been told as well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we don't want any trouble from
Not at
outsiders
all.
like yourselves.
Oh, absolutely not. That being said, you guys might have some trouble. There's a troll running out around there.
Again, like you hear the chairs move and like people, and then straight away you hear a buzz of like these small conversations going on all these different tables and stuff.
Damn right, chokes on
From
some
the
bacon.
bar,
I lean, I lean into it really. I'm like, you told me to be quiet.
from the
He's
bar,
like, he's an idiot.
from the bar where Harry and the other gentlemen are sitting, you hear a snort. Did you hear that, Tad? They said a troll.
You'll be laughing if you.
Outsiders must be here causing trouble again. Doomsaying, I say. All these outsiders do, especially them ranger folk. All they ever do is talk about trouble, about the shadow and the dark lord and orcs and goblins and dead things. When is the last time, Harry, have we seen anything of the sort, eh? When has anyone around these parts seen a goblin? All
You guys-
legends they are.
They don't have goblins around here?
All to keep people scared. That's what it is. Just scaremongering from those rangers and their companions.
Oh,
I would-
Vagabonds, brigands they are.
I would have stood up, turned, got right in his face, and be like, a couple of the things you just named have already almost killed us a handful of times. So be careful what you say. And I sit back down staring at him.
He sort of
Hey, Rook. It's okay.
he
Calm
leans-
down.
he leans back, like when you get in his face, he sort of presses back against the. You see that, young Tad? You better go and fetch the rest of your wardens. Seems to be quite threatening, this one.
Oh, that's a great idea because we're gonna need a lot of help to get this troll.
Tad sort of like looking backwards and forwards between the two.
No,
of
like
you.
you're awesome for thinking about that. I had no idea about that.
That's good. I kind of picking up what he's putting down. I'm like, Maracar, you're right. That was a great idea.
I know. I wish I would have thunk it myself.
I know.
Tad pulls off his belt, a small club, and sort of waves it towards you, Rook, at first. Hey, we'll have none of that around here. We'll keep
Okay,
the
cool.
peace. We'll keep the peace. Stop.
oh. and
No
what
more
is
of that. And you four, no more talk of trolls around here. That's causing trouble. We don't want to hear none of this troubling business in Bree.
Oh no
You
no
hear
trouble
me?
business.
You hear me? And he's like pointing
yeah.
his truncheon at you all.
Yeah,
So
Maracar doesn't.
Club.
Maracar's face changes from welcoming and happy to very upset when he swings a fucking club at me. And
As-
Like he's not swinging the club at you. He's
sure, but like
pointing it-
wagging it.
he's pointing it in your
Oh,
sort
okay.
of direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it says quite a lot of you that the first sign of trouble that you have is just to dismiss it. Is that what's going to keep Bree safe? To every single time that you hear something is wrong, just say, no, it's the Rangers. No, it's the outside folk. Eventually, word's going to come from these Rangers and outside folk of some danger. Are you going to deny it then?
Damrod stands up at
yeah.
this, like slaps his
Damrod,
hands.
Nathan, sorry. I'm glad you stepped in. Can you just give me a traditions roll?
I can try.
Excellent.
15.
So yeah, like I said, I'm glad you stepped in. What I want you to think about, Nathan, is this is what Bree is like. Bree is blissfully ignorant of any troubles of the outside world.
What a
And
luxury.
yeah, it's solely due, right, to the Rangers. This is what the Rangers do. They quietly, silently, they protect the people of the land, even though they don't know anything about it, even though few know anything about it. But that's what the Rangers expect. You know, they don't do it for plaudits. They don't do it for recognition. They do it because this was their kingdom. These people are the remnants of that kingdom. Although not Dunedain, it doesn't matter. These people are what are left of the kingdom. And if the Rangers doing what they do keeps these people blissfully ignorant, then that's what it's all about. And Damrod knows this.
I'm not sure if that changes what I want to do or not.
Do it.
I don't think it does. I mean, I'm not doing anything crazy, but Damrod kind of like slaps his hands, palms down on the table, and stands up. Like his chair kind of shoots back a little bit, almost tips, and then falls back forward. And he looks to the rest of you, and it's right after Aurelion finishes saying what he said, and he says, "If all of you are done with breakfast, let's go get the troll. We'll bring the head back here."
Sounds like a plan.
And he starts for the door.
Even if it must be us, I suppose these cowards will keep to their ways.
I get up, follow.
Maracar would look at the Watcher guy, and he would say, "Do you really not believe that there's a troll out there?"
Damrod comes walking back and grabs Maracar.
when Damrod stood up quite abruptly, the atmosphere in the room certainly changed. Reputation of the Rangers is very much mixed, but one thing that's maybe agreed on is anyone who can wander the wilds must be someone that is dangerous. And so of all the group, if violence is to be expected and concerned about by people, especially the locals, the Rangers would be the ones that they are most weary of. So that sort of abrupt standing up would have people like holding their breath and on edge. And then obviously Damrod says what he does and walks out, stops at the door before grabbing Maracar and tugging him along. And just as Maracar is being tugged along, and young Tad, the warden, has time to recover from the sort of worry of Damrod's sudden standing up, he will reply to Maracar, "No, there ain't no trolls. Maybe a bear or such, but no trolls, no orcs, no goblins around here. Just doomsayers of these ranger folk." And he sort of, you get the feeling that he probably is a little bit influenced by these two older Breedlanders that were talking down the troubles.
And as Maracar is getting pulled out, he says, "Well, come with us and see. If we're lying, then you'll be able to see it for yourself." And then he gets shuffled out of the tavern there.
Yeah, as soon as you step out of the room and around the corner, you hear like an increased bustling of the noise, as if you've just created a conversation piece for the whole town for the next few days.
That's what I'm here for.
The rumor mill is going to be a churning.
Good. Let it churn.
Maracar is simply a conversations piece.
Yeah, you probably the loudest of the voices are those two at the bar, Harry and his friend. They'll lead the conversation, speaking to the whole group and tavern that's there about trolls. What next? Undead, whites, wraiths, whatever these things are.
What's
All
next?
fictional-
Elves?
Yeah, elves,
Put my head up.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
dark things in the night. It's just ranger talk to keep people scared and trapped in here at Bree. That's all it is. And you hear the conversations like just rumbling as you walk away and make your way, probably to your rooms, I'm guessing, to prepare to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maracar would say, look to the party as we're walking. Did I say something wrong?
No.
Oh, okay, that's good. You guys seemed pretty upset when that guy came in and he asked what we did, and I told him what we did.
It wasn't you. Just these stupid, cowardly people.
Yeah, again, Aurelion, the only humans you've probably had dealings with are the Dunedain, and they know the threat. And the Dunedain are a people above regular folk like these. You can't understand probably the stupidity and the sort of ignorance that these people are showing, and maybe even the disrespect towards Damrod. You probably don't even understand.
Yeah, I'll just turn to Damrod. Your people protect these ignorant citizens, even when they treat you like this?
Someone has to. It's
Suppose so,
been
but
put upon the Rangers, and this is our kingdom.
I suppose so, but to deny what's happening out here without even seeing it, they know only what's inside their walls, and anything else they refuse to hear of.
That's why we're bringing them the head.
And he does smile a little bit. He's like, that may help wake them up a little bit. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do my hands of the healer. I'm sorry.
You're healing the emotional wounds.
Of which there are a few. And he does turn to Damrod. Things are gonna get much worse. And I'm sure you feel that.
It's quite funny to hear an elf talk of people sitting and only knowing what's inside their walls. It's not been all elves, but remember, there are some of your kind that prefer just that.
And he's just gonna glare at you. Well, some of my kind have no option after our previous home was destroyed from within. And he will just walk off and like keep pace with Brooke, but keep away from you. Also, good use of hashtag not all elves.
Maracar, like,
so you,
or Damrod looks after you as if he wasn't intending to offend you, but also realizing very quickly that 99% of words that come out of someone's mouth offends Aurelion.
Except Rook, who's like 75%.
And Maracar, after that little exchange, Maracar would look at Damrod and be like, that seemed tense. What's that all about?
I think that Aurelion took what I said in the wrong manner.
Miscommunication.
Just pointing out that people of all kinds can fall in the same traps as others.
Interesting. Well, I guess my people are kind of like that too, to a certain extent. We don't travel too far out of our area, but I guess that's just part of this rich history out here that I'm not necessarily privy to.
It's not just about travel. One can travel the world and still not be open to what's outside the walls. One can stay in one place for their entire life and be more open-minded than one that travels the world. It's all about here.
Well, we should get our equipment and open up the troll's mind to new possibilities.
I don't think it works that way, Damrod. I don't think it works that way.
Damrod slaps Maracar on the back and it like looks where his axe usually is, and he's like, I think you'll be a very valuable asset in that regard.
Well, I sure hope so.
Slap me.
And he kind of shuffles in to go grab his stuff.
yeah, and you certainly can. You get a hold of your equipment, anything you feel you need, that you think you would be taking along with you. You can get a hold of, and you can make your way
Maracar makes sure he
out.
gets a shotgun.
It's like a multi-headed slingshot.
Hey man, he read a story about how a hobbit took down a troll with that.
Maracar didn't read it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We come from an oral tradition.
Yeah. You gather your things together, and you pass through the common room to make your way out, laden with anything that you need. And as you do, the voices die down once more, and you hear the two individuals at the bar snicker and snort and laughter out. Off troll hunting now, are you?
Yep.
Good luck finding that.
Well, you're more than welcome to come on.
The more the merrier.
No, thank you. Rather be drinking my ale.
Hey,
Not all you're
who
good
said
for.
you can't walk? Come on, I'll buy you a beer.
He looks at you. He's serious still. He's still serious. Rangers and these outsiders, troublemakers and doomsayers they are. Got his friends caught up in a whirlwind of trolls now.
No, not a
Well,
whirlwind.
Ranger.
Just one.
Well, Ranger, I hope you don't get these caught up in anything else. And then you hear the somebody else say, probably going to lead them into a trap. These probably going to lead them into some brigands, have them robbed.
As we're walking out, as soon as that guy goes to like take a drink, I will walk past the bar and just like bump into the chair to hopefully spill it on him.
Oh,
Apologies.
Oh, are you okay, sir? And Maracar goes over and starts like helping him wipe off and stuff.
that's enough. Get off me. You owe me a drink. You do.
Well, I don't know your shit.
Maybe don't drink
You?
so early in the morning, and you might have better reflexes.
And he's like looking down at himself as the group continue to make their way out of the inn. You travel the road south to the south gate where you exited last time. The gatekeeper who who swapped with Harry last night is no longer there. It's a different gatekeeper. Oh, hello there, travelers.
What are
Morning.
these shifts like if they get off like every 2 hours?
No, it's 8 hours.
It's been a whole night.
Oh, that's true, I guess.
Hello there, travelers.
Good morning.
Off out are you?
We'll be back. We're just grabbing a troll.
Oh, you what? You're coming back? Oh, and I try like is that some saying for something? Is it a troll? Is that like a weed or?
I believe the
a
term is
vegetable, or-
euphemism.
Oh,
Bless you.
Okay, yeah. One of those. Yeah. Okay. Very well. We don't let anybody in usually after dark. So hopefully you're back before then. Happy troll hunting then. Yeah.
Thank you.
And he'll go and move the bar to the gate, open it for you, and you can make your way out. So what I want you to do then is, I want you to assign yourselves some roles. The roles are the guide, the scout, the usually the hunter, and the lookout. So there is a handout for this that is in your journals, and Charlie, you are familiar with these, obviously. The guide is the one that's going to steer your direction to try and get to your destination as quickly and easily as possible to make sure you don't get lost. Now, I know wanderers get bonuses to this role, so it would probably make sense for Damrod to be the guide, especially how, these are probably his known lands at the moment. So I imagine that would probably make the best sort of sense. The other roles are probably down to yourselves to decide on. The lookout is someone that's going to be looking for danger as well as other things in the environment. The hunter is someone who will top up rations where needed, but also to look and find other resources you may need. And then the scout is there to find the best way to help your progress through the wilderness easier and quicker, so you don't come across as many difficulties.
Are these checks written in stone? Because I have really good nature check and really mediocre everything else.
It will be a variety of roles as and when required, but the main oh, not this one. I'm showing you that one, but that's not the one. This one is the one to show
Here
you.
we go.
I will roll for the scout.
Yeah, Brooke is obviously the scout.
I guess I can do.
How's your perception?
It's not a disadvantage anymore. So yeah, that's probably. I'll probably be lookout. Yeah, keeping watch of surroundings and keeping an eye on danger. Yeah.
Would you prefer to take the hunter? Are you better at survival?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, actually, my survival is just about as good as my perception, so I'm good
Yes.
either way.
Yeah, same. What is your plus to both of those?
3.
Okay, yeah, take whichever one you want, and I'll take whichever other.
Yeah, I'll do lookout. That
Okay.
makes more sense for Maracar.
That was sort of the role you was taking up on in the caravan as
Yeah.
well, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not just about hunting. The hunter isn't just about hunting for food. It could be looking for plants, herbs, medicinal uses, any other sort of resource you might want to find or use while out in the wilderness.
All right, then I'll take that since
Okay.
it's the only thing left.
So, Damrod, first of all, can you give me a D8, please? This is going to determine the weather. What sort of weather are you traveling in? Today is grey. It is gloomy. It is early spring, and so the rain is coming down. Well, no, it's probably mid-spring. So it is raining. It's not cold, however. But there is a steady rain that is across the whole land at this moment in time. Not too windy, however, but there's a very steady rainfall. Next up, Damrod, can you give me a survival check to try and hopefully determine and work out where you got to last night? I think you get to double your proficiency bonus as well with this.
Damn.
That's without the double proficiency.
Yeah, that's fine. We can add that in. So,
Howdy.
22.
yeah, that's a 22. Okay, great. So
Well, I've done my part for the night, guys. I hope you guys can carry the rest. 'cause-
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, with my
think we'll add it.
-1 that I got earlier.
That's unfortunate.
Well, that doesn't determine your next roll. You
I
got to
feel
be
like it does.
positive. Well, that's wrong.
How can Ray be positive when it was so negative?
That is.
Go on.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say that so far, that is the lowest anyone has ever rolled in any game we've ever done. Previously, it was held by Iris.
True.
So, Damrod, you are quite easily able to find your way back to the landslide ambush site.
Nice.
Yeah, it's probably taken a few hours to get here. So you're probably looking at around midday, 1 o'clock at this moment in time. What would you like to do? What is your plan?
I want to try to pick up whatever tracks, if any tracks were left wherever it went, and just try to kind of track it, see where it's going, see if we can start to try to catch up to it.
Yeah. Okay. What about the rest of you?
I'd be up front ahead of everybody looking for traps, tracks, anything that could hold us up.
Seeing that you guys are keeping an eye on that, I'm just gonna go along with you guys, but keep an eye out to see if I can find any medicinal herbs, just in case there's something along the way. But I'm not trying to go out of the way.
Yeah. Okay. Maracar,
Yes.
give me a what? Well, first of all, you decide what you are going to be doing. This is the ambush site. This is where you the rocks got pushed on you, and you encountered the
Mhm.
troll itself.
Maracar would be probably spending his time kind of like looking around and making sure that we aren't going to get ambushed again, because that'd be a bummer. But yeah, he'd just be kind of keeping an eye out, also like keeping tabs on where everyone's going. And so if someone starts yelling in terror, he can rush over and possibly help.
Okay. Damrod, give me an investigation, perception, and survival roll. Yeah, so you're able to locate the position where the troll took off on.
Nice.
And you're able to find the tracks, and you are able to begin to follow the trail of the troll itself. It seems to be heading to the southeast. Maracar, give me a perception check.
A perception check. Here you are.
Okay. Yeah, you're busy keeping track of everyone. But Rook soon disappears, and
There you go.
Aurelion goes off looking for something somewhere, and so for a lot of the time you're literally there, you and Damrod just walking, and you're like, oh my god, where they all gone? Where they all gone? And you do get a little bit panicky because you do lose track of everyone quite often.
Yeah,
Can
he'd what happened?
I was gonna ask Kevin, can I also give you a stealth check? Or
Yeah.
too late.
No, we can do that in a sec.
It's
Because
too
you're
late
going
for
to
too late for me.
yeah, because you're going to determine in a sec, Charlie, how quickly you travel through the land. So, Aurelion, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Start off. Let's have a look. Okay, and give me a survival check. Okay. Yeah, you find some aphalas plants. You know that these have lots of medicinal healing properties. Give me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Nice. You're able to, and now give me a D4.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to find and recover like five pieces of aphalas for you to do whatever you wish to do with them. And I think that
Is that an item, or do I just like take that into account when I'm doing my hands of the healer?
it is another specific item that you can do stuff with for healing. Just gonna try, and I'll try and post the link to the section in the handbook
Okay.
that has the things that you can do with the different materials and stuff. Yeah, and then Rook, you can give me that stealth check. You
Nice.
You can't see me.
So the Rook and Damrod working together. Damrod, you set the direction and the tracks, and you are able to easily direct Rook into the best way of maneuvering through the landscape. You quickly, however, come across a place where the troll stopped. It's a north facing sort of overhang. It's not very deep, not it's quite shallow, so it's not a full cave, but it's just a place where the land has been eroded enough. Maybe even there's a large tree that's been toppled over on top of it. And you see that the troll itself actually had stopped here, Damrod. And it spent time here last night.
I don't see it now.
No, it's not here at the moment.
All right. Damrod would just approach up there and kind of look over everything and again try to see if he can discern where it went. See if like the reason why he stopped here was just because the sun was coming up, or if there was another reason to be here. Just kind of get the kind of lay of the land, I guess.
Give me an investigation check.
I know exactly what he was doing and why he was doing it. That's 6.
Yeah. It was definitely here last night. You just don't know at what point last night it was here. Unsure if it was at the start of the night before he went north, or if it was at the end of the night. It's clearly not here right now, so who knows?
It appears that the troll took shelter here at some point last night.
Damrod, are trolls autonomical? No, that's not the word. You know, when you like live at night and not the daytime. Octomal?
I think everything lives at both night and daytime.
Well, yeah, but like, well, I guess elves do. But like, you know, you're just like, I'm here, you know, awake.
Ah, you mean nocturnal?
Bless you.
And Damrod just goes right back to like looking at these tracks, looking at the same one he's looked at 10 times, not completely unsure what to say to Maracar at this point. Does this look like it's been put here recently, Maracar, or does it look older to you?
I will investigate it.
Mm.
That is a 1.
But it's not a natural one.
Guys, we might want to turn back
Not a
and
natural one.
and not hunt this troll today.
We might want to refresh
Just-
our pages.
Can we go just go back and hang out at Bree?
Yeah,
That's what the
I
locals
feel
will-
like
yeah,
I feel like
mess
we
with the
can't-
local.
We
feel like we can't go back. It'd be too embarrassing.
we can never go back there until we have a troll head.
Ah,
We're
Look,
gonna
if
be
we go
searching
back-
trolls for months.
Damrod leads you to the troll's shore, or the two elves lead you back to the bridge where you thought that originally.
I know where a troll head is. We get there and it's gone, and then just like the quest continues.
There's just some crows pecking at it, and we're like, I mean, we didn't say it was going to be fresh.
I mean, we killed it forever ago.
Yeah,
But I
that
mean,
was like a few weeks ago.
Here you go.
I mean, you definitely didn't kill it. It
I
definitely.
mean, we
fell
can
off.
tell them we did though. Like they don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we told them we'd bring him its head.
Yeah, we didn't say we were gonna kill it. We just said we're bringing a head.
Not quite.
Maracar
that's
brings the whole troll. It's like the head's attached.
You're gonna give me a strength check. See how long you're gonna be able to carry a stinking troll.
I think I'll be all right.
Just not that first one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so you can see that it's certainly spent some time here at some point, but it's certainly not here now, and you can't quite tell when it was last here. From there, you can see tracks, however, continuing on from this point. Give me another survival check, Damrod. Perhaps the rain is making things difficult. Because it's certainly a lot more difficult to track from here onwards. Roll me a d6, please, Nathan. Okay. Rook, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Just while Rook's rolling, because I know Ray will say something. I'm on the cam screen because I'm gonna refresh my roll 20.
I was looking at something else.
If I didn't say it, you would have been looking at the stream, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't tell me you wouldn't
Where'd
be.
you go?
No, correct. I just wasn't looking in that exact moment you told me. You know what? That might be a good idea. I think I'm going to refresh mine too.
You progress on for a few more hours. Damrod trying to guide Rook in the way that you think the troll went. Rook, you're the one that is out front, leading the way, following Damrod's instructions. Damrod, you believe that it went to from this place to the northeast, and so you guide Rook that way. And eventually, after a few hours, you lose all tracks of the troll.
Damn.
The rain has not helped.
I
What
turned
would you like
back.
to do?
Talking about me, right?
Well, I mean, you're the one that's leading the way, but
Right.
Damrod is the one that's directing you.
I turn around. Hey, Damrod, can we fire you and put somebody else as a scout or as the yeah, I lost my paper. As the guide. I say it in a playful manner, not trying to be rude. I'm trying to be sort of like just Rook's overall character is sort of playful yet insulting at the exact same time.
I feel like the word you're looking for is passive aggressive.
Yeah, we'll go with that today.
He's being
Yay.
aggressively passive aggressive.
Aggressively passively.
Because
Damrod,
there's no tracks up here, Damrod. I'm not trying to. I think you went the wrong way, bro. Or,
Damrod
I guess you wouldn't say bro, but
like sighs
Brother.
with frustration and steps forward, kind of looks at like where you're looking, and it's just like
It's
must
too
be
much
the rain. I've lost the trail in the rain. If one of the three of you can track better in the rain, you're welcome to.
Are we all together now?
I would by that point I probably would have come out of where I was at because I can still hear him and just kind of walk up. Yeah, hey guys. I said, does anybody else want to guide you two? Maracar? Aurelian? No? Yeah.
Kevin, can I try to see if I can find the trail?
Where you're currently at,
Mhm.
yeah, you can try.
What skill
Yeah,
would
what
that
skill?
be?
You can give me perception, investigation, and survival.
Nice.
Investigation and survival. Surely that's enough.
Yeah, no.
Let's have a look.
Oh, that's what I got.
So Aurelian, looking around in your current location, there are no tracks whatsoever.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there are any tracks other than some small game. Maybe a deer or a couple of deers might have been around here recently, but there are no tracks of trolls whatsoever.
I
Might
don't.
I?
I don't
Go
suppose I give you the same rules. I don't mean to like what's it called? I guess roll stack, as it's called. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to
Yeah, you can if you want.
investigation and
Come on, roll stack if it helps us.
you said perception, investigation, and survival.
Yeah, in any order, it doesn't matter too much. Maracar, again, you see no tracks whatsoever in the area apart from what you thought were what Aurelion might have thought were like deer tracks.
Mhm.
They're not. They're smaller animals than that. Potentially, maybe a boar instead of a deer.
Sure. Yeah, America would say, I don't know. I don't have anything. I was never really a good hunter tracker person.
Mablung, very much the same as Maracar. You see no tracks of trolls anywhere in the area.
I would like fan out like I normally do, like a flower pattern, and come back and like there's no tracks anywhere.
If I can
Yeah.
suggest something, I know that trolls can't be out at day. Not only that, it hurts them. So could it be possible that we might find something a little closer to the rocks, to the caves? He certainly isn't just going to be hiding in the trees.
It's very possible. Just kind of.
He does seem like a rocky kind of troll.
I guess Rook not knowing better, do they hang out around rocks often?
Considering one threw one at us last night, yes, they do tend to have a little bit of an affinity.
Jerks. Well,
No, it wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt to check.
yeah.
Maybe that's our problem and why we're not finding any tracks. We're looking more towards the woods.
Did we follow like the tracks here, or did we just like see tracks and then assume like we thought they went this direction, so we went this direction?
So you were following the trail and the tracks to the location where you was like, oh yeah, the troll has spent some time here last night. I just don't know at what point last night he spent time here. And then you started looking around to see which way it went. And you saw some tracks going this way. And then because of the rain, you sort of was like, okay, I think these are tracks. And then you, instead of going south east, you started going northeast instead.
Gotcha. Okay, so we were just following a direction we thought it was going. Okay, I just want to make sure we weren't like following tracks that just stopped, because then we have a whole nother issue if the tracks just stopped here. I was to make sure I was
like
clear.
He
at
vanished.
some point, you did lose the tracks, and you've been carrying on because in your mind it was like, okay, well, it looks like it might have gone this way. I can't see them now because of the rain, so we're going to continue on for a little bit. And then you've got to the point where you're at now, and you're like, oh, I haven't seen any for probably an hour. The last point you can 100% be certain was that little overhang where the troll had stopped.
Damn.
We can either head for the caves and search there, or we can head back to the overhang and try to pick up the trail again. However, in the rain, I don't know how likely it is that we will pick up the trail again.
Are you able to guess which way it may have gone from the way it was walking? Anything like
Well,
that?
That's what put us here.
You got a point.
It did change direction. It was heading you was going southwest, pretty southwestish, and then all of a sudden, like from that overhang, you started going northwest, not west, northeast. So you was going southeast, and then you changed and went northeast at that point.
I'll relay that to the rest of you and just kind of mention if we go back to the overhang, we can head in the same direction it was originally going. See what we find.
Does it look like the rain's going to let up anytime soon?
Give me a D8, Aurelian. Actually, yeah, we'll say it's about now. The rain has stopped.
Can we see clearly now that the rain is gone?
You can see all obstacles
It's so
in your
hard
way.
not to break into a song right now.
What you do see, or what you don't see, however, now that sort of the low hanging clouds with the rain, and that like sheet of rain that comes down, you can see a lot clearer that there aren't many rocky areas in the region.
Maybe going back to the overhang would be smart. I don't know where it was going out here. Unless it knows a tunnel underground.
From my experience, they aren't particularly smart creatures. But it did fend us off the first time. Might
Give
be
me
a
a
little-
shadow lore, Nathan.
Might be a little more than what we originally thought.
Why couldn't he be like that one that we got right outside of Rivendell early on? Why can he not be that way?
I will say that
Hey, at least it's not the other one.
we met one that set a trap for us.
Damrod sort of understands that yes, they aren't intelligent. As Maracar isn't intelligent. But some trolls are old, and with that age comes a certain level of cunning, shall we say. And so, I mean, it set a trap for you last time. It waited in a position for an ambush. So potentially, not quite sure. I need a bathroom break. I'll be back in.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm down.
Okay.
All right.
Rod.
All right, guys, we're going to take a couple minute break. We'll be right back for more troll hunting.
Yeah, 5
grab a
minutes.
drink, grab a bathroom, and we'll be right back.
Oh, grab the whole bag.
Now we're back. All right,
Hey.
let's do some more troll hunting now that we're actually back.
For half a second on Nate's camera, it had the "Who's that Pokemon?"
Who's that Pokemon?
It's a Trolleon.
Nate.
We call the monster sounding a Trolleon. Anybody got a Pokeball?
So, what was your decision to head back to where you saw the tracks definitely last?
Only because we
Or-
don't know where rocks are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're able to find your way back. However, by this time, the darkness, the sun is beginning to set out over the western horizon. You maybe only have an hour max of sunlight left.
Damn, we've been out here all day.
You have.
I will voice that. It's like we need to pick up the pace here before it starts
Did the
hunting
track-
again.
Do the tracks look old?
So you arrive back and you look around and give me a survival check, nature check. You can all give me a any check, any skill check that you want to use to try and determine something, determine a piece of information.
Athletics.
And it wasn't even a good one.
Nate, what are you gonna do? Do
Roll
a flip?
Roll 20. You suck.
I don't
Alright,
like Roll 20. Like
uh,
for the past couple weeks, it's been garbage.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception. Does that work out?
19 works.
Yes, sir.
If it doesn't work, I will use inspiration.
So Mablung, Aurelian, Maracar, Damrod. Okay. So Maracar, you're able to find tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And Aurelian, you feel that they are a little bit older than the ones underneath the overhang. So the tracks leading to the southwest are older than the signs of this troll being under the overhang. So maybe from that you can, I guess, determine that he was here maybe at the start of the night in the overhang, and then he went past this way after his encounter with yourselves.
So I would suggest, do we just follow the direction he probably went? Where we saw him go?
That would be wise.
I mean, but also we probably need to be on guard because sun's setting and these things don't come out in the sun. So we need to be really, really careful where we go, what's in front of us, and what's around us.
Well, how often did we figure out that he went to the graveyard?
We never determined that,
Mm-mm.
or even what he was doing there.
Well, I was thinking, like, what if we set up an ambush for him?
Do you think he would return there?
Well, he's been doing it
might.
for a while now, a few years. He's got to be doing something there.
Whoever's pondering this thought, give me an intelligence save.
My
Okay.
head hurts.
Aurelian. Aurelian, the idea wouldn't be bad if there were signs of the troll going to the graveyard every night, but that wouldn't make sense because it's
Mhm.
not like there's a fresh body
Hmm.
in the ground every single night. He's certainly been there a few times where the graves have been dug up and disturbed, but you know, what's the point in him eating bones when, he dug up a fresh corpse, something that he could eat that still has some meat on its bones, whereas a lot of the others aren't necessarily going to have that. So, yeah.
Kevin,
Yes.
how far away from the graveyard are we?
You are probably, we'll say, 16 miles.
If we got there, could we be there before it got dark?
No chance.
Okay. So I will tell the party about how it's unlikely that he's going to go back if there's not fresh meat. But then I will add, what if there was fresh meat?
Oh,
What
that's
if-
a good idea.
What if we put one of ourselves into a fake coffin?
We have horses.
We're not
Oh.
gonna know. Maybe.
I think
don't-
that's
we
a
wouldn't-
really good idea.
What if we didn't even put a person in there? What if we just put a coffin in and made it look like we were having a funeral?
Well, yeah.
Then we could ambush him.
For Tomathan, we could say it's Tomathan. We can say some nice words about him. Do a whole whole ooligi, and we'll be set. I think that's a great idea.
It could work. I will sit in the trees or somewhere where he can't see me. Maybe myself as well as Damrod can set up some kind of flank
Mhm,
while you
mhm.
guys attack from the front.
So I know we talked about trolls kind of being like, if they're older, being like more. I don't want to
Cunning.
use what. Yeah, would a troll? Personally, I don't think this would happen, but I mean, I don't really know troll lore. I've never hunted them, so like, would a troll sit and watch a graveyard and watch for a funeral and then be like, yep, I'm going there later because they buried a
Snack
body.
time.
It's time to get it.
With your, I mean, you've traveled a long, long way. You've probably traveled, like I said, to get to this point here, 16 miles. That's what, something like 8 hours of traveling you've done. Maybe 6 hours of traveling you've done to get to this point. That's a long way to just maybe hope that someone's burying something. So
Mhm.
it's probably not a trip that he makes very often. It's not efficient really for any beast or predator to just go, you know what, I'm just going to sit here for a week and hope that someone buries something. It's maybe not likely.
Counterpoint, could we just pretend to bury something here? Like we know it's around.
I got it.
Go for it. What do you got?
Cut yourself, or I'll cut myself, or they can cut themselves, or I'll cut
Hey,
ourselves.
whoa.
I think I know what you're getting at. Not a terrible idea.
Should I point out that we have no idea if the troll is even near?
But
You could cut yourself and start screaming and find out that now we all have headaches and you have a cut on your hand because you were screaming.
I pull a knife out, ready to cover your ears.
Ready to cut.
Well, also, they're not necessarily blood hunters. He doesn't seem to mind if he gets dead meat as opposed to fresh meat from deer and boars and whatnot. So something easier would perhaps be better than going after something wounded, like something that you know is dead.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense because out of character. Let's say I roll a 20 on the strength check.
Just
So-
stab me.
Oh no, my life would end. She's gonna blow up my head, or he's gonna blow up my head. I think Aurelian, I like your plan a lot better.
Again, if we
All right, come in. I'm sorry. She really wanted in.
We heard ka-dong, 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 ka-dong.
I was just waiting to find out what was happening. Again,
Take yourself, young lady.
I mean, maybe killing a deer, but if he doesn't, we don't even know if he's here.
if
That's the
we, if you are wanting to attract him with digging a fake grave and burying something, we're in the same situation. We don't even know if the troll is around or watching. We could create a mound and make it look like a grave and just stare at it for days and never see him. I say we head in the direction that it was heading before. At least see if we can find more tracks or more trace that direction.
Why don't we at least dig a hole here and fill it in a way that it looks like there might be a grave, so that at least if we come back here, maybe it'll be here.
Yeah.
We can track it and then return here if we don't find anything. And if it has come here looking for this mound, then we have fresh footprints to go off of.
You would see that Maracar is highly confused at how many plans have just been talked about and what plan is actually the one we're doing.
We haven't
And
decided yet. That's the whole.
Yeah.
Yep.
he says, well, you know, last time we found him, I was just yelling for a troll.
See, according to Damrod, we're gonna have to cover our ears so we don't get a headache. But you're more than welcome to yell. I mean,
what's like if
If
we're trying
you
to
clutch
if we're trying
yourself
to
and
find
start
him,
running around screaming, you know, if Damrod wants to call for his, or if Maracar wants to call for his troll friend, then, you know, we can get some more stones thrown at us.
but now you and I flank. We can flank him before he gets to him. Maybe hit him from behind.
well, we found those caves a while we found those caves a while ago. Wouldn't we be able to just like hide out in a cave and call him? So that way we might have some cover, and worst case scenario, we have a dry place to sleep for the night.
Well, worst case scenario, we're going to be trapped in a place with only one way out, and the one way out is through a troll.
Or best case scenario,
We're
he is
here to
in the
kill a
caves.
troll anyway.
Succeed or die.
I say we head for the cave. Are the tracks, is the caves in the direction that, like, the tracks were going originally?
I don't remember talking about you finding any caves, to be honest.
Yeah.
We've had
mentioned
at least
caves.
two different
Yeah.
people mention caves, so...
Yeah, I
Yeah,
meant
we're just
caves. You
making
guys were
shit
just
up.
like, yes, definitely in the caves.
Well, you mentioned caves, and a troll needs a place to sleep during the day, right? Why do you think we latched onto the caves?
Ray said maybe we should be looking for where there are caves, right, instead of woods and forests.
Mhm.
And you were like, "Oh yeah, let's go and look in the caves then."
I could have sworn I heard someone say, "Let's go look in those caves that we found."
I
No,
thought I heard the same
caves.
thing.
We didn't find caves.
And I even specifically said in the last hex she was in, you're looking around now that the sun, now that the rain has stopped, you see that there aren't any rocky areas around here for caves.
Look, we've had a break since then, okay?
Fact.
I mean, we'll just blame this on Maracar thinking. Maracar
Thanks, Bob. Yeah.
Maracar sense. This is what happened.
So Damrod wants
right.
to follow like the direction the troll was heading, but if you guys want to like stay and dig a hole tonight and make a fake grave, then he's not gonna oppose you either.
We're not
Like,
splitting the party.
I vote with Maracar, or not with. Yeah, I do vote with Maracar.
Why can
actually.
the two of us cannot get our names straight, and I don't know why.
I vote with Damrod.
Well, in that case, I vote with Damrod too, because
I will vote with Aurelian. I mean Maracar. I mean Damrod.
one of them.
We're
Since
Okay.
Aurelian
mess.
has already mentioned, we shouldn't split the party up. Let's go together.
Right.
Let's go together.
I love how y'all just assumed I was gonna go if y'all started digging the hole. I was like, if y'all want to do it, I'll stay. I'm just saying that's my vote.
Ooh,
Let's
this episode's been
so-
a fucking mess.
So let's have then Damrod. Give me a perception
Oh shit!
survival check. And you can do so with advantage because I imagine everybody is trying to help, especially after the criticism you had last time.
Perception or survival or both?
And both.
Oh yes,
Nice.
something goes
You-
right.
We are not dying.
Yeah, you.
Roll 20 still doesn't want to give me that nat 20 though. It's still
Yes, it did. You got
Still.
advantage.
I said advantage.
ah
So you got
okay.
nat
Yep.
20.
Okay.
So you begin heading southeast, and you are following the tracks that you found last time, and then you come to the point where you began to turn northeast, and you see where it went wrong, where you made the mistake. It was slightly stony in this area. It might have even been a ruin that you passed through. An old tower area, and that's where you lost the tracks, it seems. And you come through this old tower that's ruined, and you are able to pick up the last vestiges of some tracks, barely visible, barely trackable from the rain, but you are able to pick them back up again. Just as the sun finally sets behind you, and it is now nighttime, what would you like to do? That's a group question. How would you like to progress? You are very confident and certain that you've definitely found the tracks this time you know I should be doing.
I would suggest all of us kind of take up our party roles and
Yes.
proceed with caution.
I will be very cautious.
I'd sure
will
like
go
to be
ahead.
cautious.
Surely, yeah, that's the plan.
I'll go ahead and get my bow ready and an arrow.
Okay.
My axe is out and ready for blood.
Arrows
So-
lock.
Is Damrod going to continue to try and track the tracks?
I'd sure like to track the tracks.
Track the tracks. Excellent. Are you, and how are you going to do so in the dark?
Bum, bum, ba, bum.
Gonna
He
light a
points his
torch, I
elf guns at him.
guess.
Okay. You light a touch. Brilliant. What about you, Maracar?
I would. Oh man, I guess I would probably stay near the torch. I wouldn't want to light two torches because my axe is two-handed.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you could always hold a torch and your axe, and then when it comes to swinging your axe, you could just drop the torch and then
Throw the
if
torch
you
at him.
wanted to. But yeah, you could throw a torch at
I will. Oh, I can throw a torch at him.
You saw what Eric?
Yeah.
You didn't see what Aragon did, did you?
Nope.
Well, the first movie, he throws a torch at a ring wraith and hits him in the face.
Well, see, now you're spoiling the movie. It's on
But
Netflix
you know what?
now.
You
I
had-
can
You'll
watch it.
never watch it.
You're not gonna watch it.
I am, because when Kevin comes over here, he said we're watching Lord of the Rings.
You're gonna
The
spend.
extendo versions.
You're gonna
Ooh,
spend the
hell
whole
no.
3 days that Kevin's here just watching the movies.
Not gonna
Dude,
leave.
I'm telling you, just got Netflix or Hulu or whatever the heck you got, and just start from like If you want to keep it in order, start from The Hobbit and go.
Oh, he's already seen The Hobbit.
I feel like I've seen The Hobbit. Did I see The Hobbit?
You see all 3 movies of The Hobbit?
I don't know. I remember the one.
We're
with the
going down a
dragon.
rabbit hole. I'm sorry.
There's a big old dragon in one.
It'd be
of them.
nice if we could go down a troll hole.
Yeah. We'll go down the rabbit hole and we'll go that way.
So, Rook, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Oh yeah.
That's like the best I've done all night, so I'm allowed to have one.
Hmm.
the group progresses on for a couple more hours, and the tracks lead you to a dark opening
Is
in
it a
the
cave?
ground. It very much looks like a cave and not an overhang.
Told you there was a cave here. Maracar would definitely be kind of making sure he's got his wits about him.
Will you all be able to see in there?
No.
Damrod just like waves his torch a little bit, just like.
I can. We can't see beyond this torch.
I'm trying to think of some ways that we might be able to help you, but
If you see a troll, you can yell.
yes.
Keep him in the middle. That's my suggestion.
Keep the troll in the middle.
No, you.
Why me?
Because you can't see in the dark. We can.
Damrod just clears his throat.
Oh, you can't either?
Could you perhaps?
That's Rook. Like, I know, but like Rook doesn't know. He's like, oh, you can't either? Oh, man.
Look, how about this? You two go in first because you're the front runners. As soon as you see the troll, throw the torch on the ground in a way that it won't immediately light itself out. And try to throw it to the side so that the troll won't step on it. And then you'll be able to see. If you need to, I can perhaps give you a blanket, some clothing, anything that you catch on fire, but it's gonna go out eventually.
We can start a bonfire.
No, we cannot.
We cannot. We will not do that. Actually,
You're gonna die of smoke if you do that.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. God, you two are smart.
Maracar, only you can
Reading
prevent
books will do
cave
that.
fires.
I don't believe that.
Reading books helps with that, Maracar.
Nope.
You know,
Because see, now I learned it without reading a book.
From someone who did.
that guy's shady.
Did I read a book though? That's not the point. See, you're focusing on the wrong stuff here.
Oh my
We
God.
have a troll to kill.
He's so
and
big.
I am massive. Ah.
You know, I heard a story once where someone with special eyes gave one to a friend, and
Gave an eye to a
the
friend.
friend inherited the powers of that eye. If you really want to help,
Listen, that might be true, but the other eye is not crushed, so we're not doing that.
somebody got it.
I'm keeping both my eyes. Yeah, I got it.
I also
Nice.
got it.
Hey,
I have no clue what you're talking about.
tell
You
him.
can just live
Which
in the
means
dark.
that Nate doesn't know either.
We'll tell you
Maracar and
guys
I
that.
have no idea what's going on. But we're here to smash.
Are we?
Nope.
Don't say it like that.
I was
Like
gonna
what?
say we're here to get smashed, but I realized how bad Nate sounded, and I was like, nah, we're not going there.
Nope,
Nate already
nope,
made the implication.
still lost.
Anyway, so
Still
Aurelian's
lost.
got a really great idea. So Aurelian's got a good idea. Maracar will give you some kind of clothing and some kind of flammable liquid if we have it. I kind of like look around, and then you're gonna light it and you're gonna throw it like he said next to the troll. Don't throw it in front of him, not
Mhm.
behind him, to the side, so we can all see him. Or well, you two. See him.
Okay, gotcha.
I will hand him my blanket in case he needs to use that. I would prefer if he were to just toss the torch aside without lighting the blanket on fire, but whatever you think is best.
Maracar puts on the blanket so he remembers to throw the blanket.
Okay. Does he like clasp it with a clothespin or something?
He holds it with his teeth.
Okay.
Ties it. This is a superhero knot.
It's a green elven leaf.
What, his teeth?
We're all confused why Marikar's holding
Can
this
we
with
go
his
in this
teeth.
cave now?
Yes.
Yeah, Maricar's. It's like, I'll lead the way, guys, because
Oh, look,
not-
we're going.
we're not moving.
Ready to go.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so
I'm sorry. Before we get into this,
Yeah, go
Kevin.
ahead.
Did we ever get an idea on whether I have that extra +1 to my AC because I'm below half my carry capacity?
let me just see if I can adjust it for you. 1 second.
Yeah.
Um,
Like it's not a huge thing, but I
I
feel like
mean,
an
yeah, I
extra-
mean, we'll be able to understand it anyway. So
Yeah.
quiet.
I just don't know if that's factored in already or not.
I mean, your dexterity is a +2, constitution +3, so
Mhm.
that's 15, right? With
Yeah.
unarmored defense, and then
Yes.
a +1 to that would be 16.
Okay, gotcha. So I just
Yeah,
want to make
so-
sure that was factored in.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it looks like it's factored in.
Cool. All right. I am
Am I
ready
supposed
to
to-
kick ass.
I'm not sure if you're all tracking how much experience, inspiration you have, but
Yes.
you would have another point of inspiration. So
I am.
Oh, geez. And we
And I
max
have-
out at 3?
yeah, you max out at 3.
Cool.
I might have to.
I
Yeah,
am
so-
maxed out.
How would you like to approach the cave? You see the tracks. There are certainly Damrod looking around using your torch. You certainly see there is plenty of evidence of passage around here. I know the map's not super high quality, unfortunately, but best I could find.
As in, like, it's been here several times, or it's been here for a while, or
Oh yeah, you see lots of evidence of backwards and forwards. Movement and activity coming in and out of this cave by this troll.
this looks like it's the place. Be ready. And then I'm just like, I guess I'll press forward towards wherever the mouth of the cave is.
I'm gonna stay back, but I will stay close enough to you guys to where I can run in and heal you if you need. But I'm trying to keep some cover if I can.
Yep.
I
Yes.
want to go quietly and soundlessly. So I guess same thing. Quietly and carefully.
Yeah, got to be soundless.
Is this the entrance here?
It is.
I'll start heading that way then.
Okay. Let me just reveal a bit more for you. Some poly revealing.
Aurelian,
Okay.
are we going in or are we going to wait out here?
You do whichever one's best for you. I'm not very good at being hit, so I'm going to keep my distance, but I'll stay close enough to where I can heal everyone.
I will protect your guys's. I guess that would be your right flank as we go in. Not right up next with you. Not right next to you guys. Obviously, I'm kind of off to the side, further back. That way, I can help from better.
Yeah, I'm going to get the other side. Trying to be kind of quiet as I'm doing this,
Mm-hmm.
if that's an option.
Can everyone tell me what their passive stealth is? That's your stealth modifier plus
Plus 10.
10, yes.
13.
12.
14.
12.
17.
Damn.
Dude, why do
That's
you
fact.
even
The
roll?
modifier plus 10 is 17. The modifier is 7.
Like, why do you even roll?
It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Oh, I got a 1. Just kidding. I got an 18.
Like, isn't there a rule in 5e where you could just take 10? Or is that like one of those
10,
old rules?
taking 10 is like you spend 10 minutes in a room, like searching, investigating it.
See,
I think
thought
that's what taking 10 was.
was it? I thought it was like you could just use like your passive stealth or your passive wisdom.
There are some rules where you can't roll lower than your passive.
Oh,
But,
okay, gotcha. So that might be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's some rule sets that would use that.
Gotcha.
However, for me, the idea of passive skills are more so that of like passive perception is literally a case of you're not paying attention,
Right.
and your passive ability is
You're not actively
how
trying to
much
do
you
something.
notice. Yeah, without trying. How much you notice without sort of trying, basically.
Right.
And so your passive stealth is going to be how stealthy you are without trying.
Right. I got you. That makes sense.
I've got an automatic 17.
Yeah. So Maracar, you was 12, right?
Yeah.
And Damrod was
14.
14.
14. Okay.
Rook's just one of those people who like you're talking and they just pop up and you don't notice them. You're like, what the fuck?
I was really
What did you
hoping
get?
like somebody had a higher passive like stealth than me, so I didn't have to be that guy. But
Yeah.
What do you mean a higher passive stealth? You have a +7.
At this level, you cannot get any higher.
Yeah.
it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, you get to inside the entrance, and your flickering torch illuminates. That's what I can do. Is illuminating a cavernous area. It's not very tall, maybe 20 feet at most.
Any sign of which way to go?
Apart from what you can see on your map at this moment in time, unless you want to try and make a check to try and investigate.
Oh, I was asking Damrod.
Oh, okay.
I say that we stick to the left wall and slowly move farther in.
Maracar holds up his hands and is like, okay, left, gotcha.
While they're doing that, I will turn to Rook. Do you happen to have any rope with you?
I do.
Throw it across this way, and if in case he runs, we can trip him up.
I pull it out, toss him the other end of the rope. Yeah.
I'll put like the rope on the ground, and in case it starts running this way, we can run and grab it, and then pull it taut.
That is a good idea.
I lay it out between here and there and just kind of spread the way out. Okay, it's right here. He'll fall.
If he starts moving, both of us will yell and then we'll run back and get it.
So you two have got some rope, yeah?
Yeah, we're just leaving it outside. Hold on, I'll draw it so we won't forget.
Rope. That's my artistic skills there.
Mhm. That's why you pay me to draw.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That
Except
rope
you're-
doesn't look taut.
No.
Well, it's not yet. It's going to be taught when after
Gotcha.
we throw the torch at the troll and then try to run back out in the dark because both of the elves told us to light where the troll is by throwing the torch.
Yeah, and then fight, assumingly.
The rope's only there if he tries to run out.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we're like dying, we need to get out and trip him up. We can't do that too. I will move just a little bit further. Oh, you guys are going that way? Okay.
I'm like slinking around the side.
I guess I should be. Here we go. Boop. No, wait. There we go. Yeah.
Kevin's going to be setting something up and we're moving our tokens all around and then he's going to be like, okay, time for you all to die because you stepped in the trap because you're moving around without waiting for descriptions.
No, I am just reacting to whatever you guys are doing at this moment in time. So unless you like,
you're just clipping into a wall.
Unless you are telling me you are doing something specific, then I'm just assuming that you are continuing on as you are, just moving around, trying to uncover the place, find out where the troll is.
Kevin, as we're
what Dad Rod's doing, just kind of looking around, trying to see evidence, trying to listen for the troll.
Kevin, as we're moving in, can I like keep an eye on this area to make sure that it's not sneaking up behind us?
Yeah, certainly you can.
Whoa, look what I can do.
Yeah, because you got a mouse.
Yeah,
Look what I could do.
Everyone give me perception checks. Yeah, Aurelian, Rook, Damrod, you guys smell it, I guess. Maracar, I guess you're kind of just used to bad smells. You know, in the winter, your people bring your animals into your house to sleep.
Aww.
Oh, we do love our animals.
Good for you.
All of us are like, troll, and Maracar's like, smells like home.
Is that what troll smells?
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's definitely more so a strong odor of, shall I say, dead things, as well as you're probably guessing feces as well, urine. Yeah, it's not very pleasant.
I'm gonna be careful where I step.
You get bit by a raccoon, you get rabies.
I'd like to follow my nose.
Is it Rocket Raccoon?
Is that why he's not going to be in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie because he has rabies?
Because Aurelion stepped on him.
You are
be a movie
currently in the wall.
I'm hiding.
You're hiding really good.
I was literally doing it on purpose.
Can we tell where the smell's coming from?
It's getting stronger as you walk in the direction that you're going in at the moment.
Okie dokie.
All right, so let me just reveal some more.
Kevin's gonna wear out his clicker.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope my mouse doesn't die. I didn't bring a charger, and it's
Oops. What do you mean you didn't bring a charger? Do you not have a battery-operated mouse?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that those were a thing.
Yeah. Oh, you fancy.
No, he gonna have a problem if we're out of battery. Oh, I do have one, but it's too far to the truck.
Damrod and Maracar, give me perception checks at the moment.
Okay. With the 18.
You think you hear a soft rumbling sound coming from in front of you. It sounds like heavy breathing, almost snoring.
Oh, very quiet. Trolls. Maracar gets his blanket ready.
Are you gonna tuck him in?
No, wait. Yeah,
Do to our dog. He's gonna put it up. He's gonna take off running. He's gonna let it go. He's gone.
Damrod's gonna slowly start kind of pushing forward, like stay close to this wall here, and just kind of where he can hopefully kind of like just kind of peek around the corner at first.
And Maracar would like to sneak over there, so he's less likely to be noticed with his 12 passive. We've discovered.
Give me a stealth check.
Come on, big money, big money, big money.
Ooh, small money.
I would also like to use point of inspiration.
Very well.
To re-roll that.
It's better.
Noise.
Yeah, okay. That is better.
Okay. You hear
It's pretty good.
coming
Kevin.
from the cave ahead.
Point of inspiration for Kevin. That was good troll noise.
Maracar, do you see it?
Kevin, do I see it?
Where from your position?
Yes.
No.
Do I see it now?
Let me uncover some area.
Damrod is visibly face palming right now because he asked, and then Maracar just stepped out like in the next corridor to look.
Well, he shows holds up a finger like, hold on, let me.
Yeah,
let me
even more so.
Like, what's up? This is a corner.
Sup, troll?
What's that, dude?
How you do?
You ever get poked with an arrow?
And then I turn around and shake my head no.
You see that the cavern is opening up, however. The passageway here is pretty much 10 feet wide by 10 feet tall. But you do see a large square canvas over the top of let me just do a drawing, might be helpful. Where is my drawing? Here. Shape square. Yeah, I'll do. Just over the top of the exit of this cavern, just here. It's like a tarp. It might have been a tent, maybe, of some sort, but it's above. It's above the exit of this small passageway into the larger cavern space.
When you say above, it's like stretched across like the top, or it's hanging down as like a curtain.
It's stretched. It's flat, and
Okay.
that's why you can
Across
see
the
like
top.
that area. It's sort of sagging just a little bit
Okay.
like this. above you.
It's probably not a good idea to step under that.
Where else would we go?
We should probably figure out what that is first.
And Maracar
He's
would
already-
look back to Rook.
He's already set one trap for us.
I don't think we should go under that if we don't have to. But there's no other way in.
I will point to the torch, and then I will just like make a burning motion, like put the torch onto the curtain, and then it burns.
Maracar will walk up with the
It's-
torch.
10 feet high, right?
Yeah.
It's 10 feet up there. Like,
Oh, it's
That's-
10 feet. Oh, I thought it was 10 feet all the way.
no, it's sitting like flat on the ceiling.
What?
It could be holding something to drop on someone. Basically, is what.
Oh,
Damrod's thinking.
gotcha. Could I possibly like light my arrow on fire and then shoot it up there?
Yeah, I mean, again, from here, it looks like, from what you can see, Maracar, it looks like a tent of some sort. What used to be a tent.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sort of material.
Would I be able to get close enough so I can investigate how, like, if it's gonna drop something on us or if it's a trap?
Yeah, I mean, you can investigate it if you wish. From where you are, you can see that it's in place through like wedges of wood. Are kind of wedged in each corner, holding it in place. And you do see a rope is wrapped around once around each one, links onto the next one, wraps around that one, and then goes to the next one, wraps around that one. And so you can see the rope, a length of rope is attached from one piece to the same piece all the way around.
I wonder if I can shoot
And-
them go.
And the rope trails off to the right.
Like over here?
Yeah, that way. It's like trailing off that way.
I would come back and relay that information to Damrod.
Sounds like it might be a trap. We've either got to disarm it or find another way past it.
I will motion to the fact that this is a dead end when you say other way around it.
Where?
Thank you, Aurelion, for your just profound, wise input on the situation.
I will give you a big sarcastic bow.
Rook,
I love it.
do you have anything else to offer?
I can.
Well,
Go ahead, Rook.
shoot the rope. Try to cut it. Or walk up sneakily and
Are you feeling
could
up to the
probably-
task?
Oh,
Rook can easily hit that.
Yeah. I think this is one for you, Cuzzo. Why don't you try to hit that rope?
All right. If you're not feeling up for showing off right now.
Oh, don't dare.
Well, when you put it that way.
I thought you were.
If you miss, Cuz, I'll pick up the slack. Don't worry. It's okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and aim for the rope, I suppose.
Okay.
So I just make a short bow attack.
Yeah, make a short bow attack.
Okay.
Guys, I have a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah. 14 should be enough. It's not moving.
You hit the rope. Where are you aiming for on the rope? I'm guessing it's going to be like here, right?
Yeah, if I can hit like a little bit more over to the right, like to where it's coming up, that'd be good. But I don't suppose it matters necessarily.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You shoot, and it hits the rope, and between the stakes, it is wedged pretty tightly. It is pretty taut. Um, and the arrow passes through the rope, cutting the rope. And the arrow sails off into the darkness over here, clinking loudly
Oh no!
off the stone wall.
Look, he's
And
deep in it.
I look over really on. Can we be quiet about that, please?
and you all hear elf flash.
Oh shit!
A loud roar as a large shuffling sound echoes out as well. Oh, some elf flash come my way. And you hear a sound of movement occurring. What would you like to do?
Can I shoot another arrow at that same spot?
Yeah, you can.
If possible, can I like light it on fire with that torch like we discussed earlier?
You want to light an arrow? You've wrapped some cloth around it, I guess. Yeah, certainly.
Okay. Same attack.
I mean, you can just do it. Just attack.
Oh, I'm gonna
and
use
you,
my
you
inspiration.
draw an arrow, or use the arrow pointer to tell me which direction you're shooting it.
Sure. It's gonna be same direction, but I'd like to use my inspiration if possible.
Yeah, I would say just okay, but use the arrow marker for me, or the ruler.
Oh, sorry. Like
Yeah,
this?
rather than pinging. Yeah.
Yeah.
So from your location to where
Right
you
there.
are shooting it. Yeah, extend it out further.
Right there.
Okay. you hear in the darkness another chink as it hits the wall, and I will reveal what you see from the arrow that is so from the cloth that hits, the arrow shatters and the burning cloth falls to the floor, just about here, and in the shadow of that burning cloth, or from the light of that burning cloth, you see a large troll.
Do I need to re-roll with my inspiration to see if it broke the string or anything?
I mean, you cut the string on the first
Oh,
one
sweet.
anyway. Yeah,
Sweet.
you cut the rope. It's just that after cutting the rope, it obviously continued on the first one and then struck the wall afterwards, which has seemingly awoke the troll. Can we have then, this time, everyone roll initiative, please?
Solid.
I finally managed to go above a 10.
Where the hell is it?
Yeah, but you didn't do it right, Ray. So it's not in the turn order.
What do you mean I didn't do it right?
Oh,
You're supposed to click your character token first and then roll.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Oh, you did? I've got Mablins in there. That's all right.
Oh,
Yay!
well, it won't let me right click, so that's as good as it's going to get.
That's right. I got it.
Kitty cat.
No, you don't right click. Just click on your token, and then on your character sheet, click initiative.
I've got it. 14.16. And descending.
Nate, what's your cat's name again?
This is Delia Stinker, Lieutenant Stink, Cat. I like to call her. She's got a bunch of names.
We salute someone in the army. She got to lieutenant. That's impressive.
Oh yeah. I mean, all it takes is college.
Is it? I didn't know that.
I mean, yeah, as far as officer ranks go.
Charlie, is that true?
Do what?
Do you get lieutenant by going to college?
You can, yes. Actually, it's
Wait,
called
really?
it's called ROTC. You come in as a 2nd lieutenant.
Oh, dang.
I actually and my brother when he did it. Little wham.
Yeah.
Nice.
I went through basic training. Dude went to freaking college.
Yeah, you went to Army first and then you went to college. And you're like, oh fuck,
Oh,
I did
was a
that
mistake.
backwards.
So Aurelian,
Hmm?
you are able to see this large troll beginning to lumber towards you. You are seeing him just about to reach down and pick up a large stone.
I'm having war flashbacks.
Yeah.
He just has stones lying around for this exact moment.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't got many, but there are some, yes. There is a small pile where he's standing.
I am going to take a step here, and I would like to shoot it with my bow. And then once I have shot it, I want to go into hiding. So just roll for damage or roll for attack.
Yeah. 19 hits,
Okay.
9 piercing damage on the old troll over here.
And then if I could, I'll move here to try to get 3/4 cover or some kind of cover.
Yeah, from there, you'll get 3/4 cover.
Sweet.
That'll be a +5 to your armor class.
All right.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
That'll be it for the time being.
Okay.
Wait, did anything happen when this thing was broken?
No.
Okay.
The rope.
Look him up for
Damrod, you are up.
I think Damrod's going to sling his bow off of his shoulders and take a shot.
Okay.
Okay. That's okay.
You got inspiration.
I'm gonna save my inspiration because I know we got to wrap up like here in the next couple minutes, so I'm gonna save
Well-
that for next session.
Okay. Longbow shot flies. Maybe the torches or the flurry of action that you're trying to do. You can't quite get the angle right as well because of the height. But yeah, misses. The old troll is going to move forward. He's running up here, and as he does so, he's going to hurl this boulder at Maracar.
Have fun, bro.
Check the distance.
That's probably from eating too many corpses. I mean, I'd hurl too if I ate a bunch of corpses.
Indeed. Yeah, this will be at disadvantage.
Nice.
but a
Ah.
19 is gonna hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this boulder comes from the troll and slams you right in the shoulder for 16 bludgeoning damage, Maracar.
16 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
You got a healer right behind you, though.
Oh, I sure hope so.
That is his turn though. Mablung.
I'm gonna shoot him. I'm going to.
I sure hope you do.
Step out. Pull out my longbow. Well, short bow apparently.
18 hits for 9 piercing damage as well.
And then can I duck back here around that little bend right there?
Yeah, you can do.
I'm gonna do that.
Are you gonna try and hide or anything? Is that what your plan is?
Yes, I am trying. Is there anything around for me? I mean, do I need to roll you a stealth check or?
Yeah. Give me a stealth check. And again, it's a cunning action, so it's a bonus action to hide. As long as you break line of sight and you're trying to tuck yourself in somewhere. Yeah, you appear pretty well hidden. You know, you're tucked right against the wall.
Awesome. And I think that'll be my turn for now.
Yeah, okay. Maracar, you are up.
Maracar, he looks up, arrows are flying. He gets smashed in the shoulder, the chest, or something with his with the boulder, and he's gonna go into his rage. Or his battle fury. And he is going to run up. Just mark my battle fury. He is going to run up. He's going to run up here and throw his torch at the at the dude.
Okay.
So, oh shit! Fuck, where am I supposed to go?
Like right here.
Right here. Boom. Ah! And he's gonna chuck a torch at him.
Yeah, okay. Roll me a strength. Just click on strength on your character sheet.
It's an 18.
Nice. That's nice. Yeah, you hit. Roll me a d4. 2. Plus 1 onto that. Is a 3. Yeah. So you throw it in your torch, smacks him in the face, bounces off and lands on the floor. And you sort of hey you big man, you nice big meal.
You're a nice big meal, fatty.
Hey, that's not nice. I am fat.
Really, I'm going to pull him back. He dies.
Yeah.
I thought I had vicious mockery.
Oh no.
Yeah, the torch is burning next to him at this moment in time. And we come back to the top of the round. Nathan, do you need to stop now, or do you think you want to carry on?
Yeah, Yarrow stream starts in about 6 minutes, so I gotta hop over there.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can
Then we
finish
shall
watching
have-
Maracar die next time we play.
Oh yeah, he's in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be so sheepish about it. No, okay, that's fine. On that bad joke, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up.
That wasn't a joke. That was
Nate
just a
literally said
statement.
he's in a bad spot, and I'm like, don't be so
Oh.
sheepish about it. And you guys are like, okay.
That's the best joke that you have to explain.
That's
Yeah.
no, I get you now.
Okay, never mind. Just I'm firing myself.
We've had so many firings today.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop over on. You fired, and you fired.
Yeah, fired.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop over on Jarl of Goats. We got Death of the Deities, and we're gonna try to make it through this dungeon. And I don't trust it at all, so I'm sure it'll go real well. We've already had one character lose a hand in the first room and had to have it regenerated, so that's great.
Ooh, howdy.
I'm sure
That sounds like
I'm
a
sure
fun
it can
time.
only go up from here, right?
That's
we're
It's
not
not gonna go down.
we're not fighting a
That's the
Bahir at the
spirit.
moment or anything, so yeah, I'm gonna head over there. If you guys have time, it'd be great if you guys could stop by and say hello and hang out. Otherwise, I will see you in another dimension.